The morning sun painted the Afghan mountains in shades of gold and amber as Staff Sergeant Maya Rodriguez adjusted the bipod legs of her CheyTac M200 intervention rifle. The weapon stretched nearly 5 feet in length, its distinctive muzzle brake designed to tame the massive 408 CheyTac cartridge that could reach targets beyond 3 kilometers. At 28 years old, Maya had already spent 6 years perfecting her craft as a precision marksman. But today felt different. Today, she would face the most challenging shot of her military career. The forward operating base buzzed with pre-dawn activity as soldiers prepared for what intelligence reports suggested would be a complex operation. Maya's position on the observation tower gave her a commanding view of the valley below, where insurgent activity had been reported near a village 3 miles away. Her spotter, Corporal James Chen, settled beside her with his high-powered scope and range-finding equipment. "Weather conditions are perfect," Chen reported, checking his instruments. "No wind at ground level, temperature steady at 62 degrees. Humidity is low." These details mattered more than most people realized. At extreme distances, even the slightest environmental factor could mean the difference between a successful mission and catastrophic failure. Maya had grown up in rural Montana, where her grandfather taught her to hunt elk in the vast wilderness. Those early lessons about patience, breath control, and understanding ballistics had shaped her into something special. When she enlisted in the Army at 22, her natural shooting ability quickly caught the attention of her instructors at basic training. Within 2 years, she had earned her way into sniper school, where only the most exceptional marksmen could survive the grueling selection process. The CheyTac M200 represented the pinnacle of long-range precision weapons. Unlike standard military rifles, this system was engineered specifically for extreme distance engagements. The 408 CheyTac cartridge delivered devastating accuracy at ranges where most weapons became ineffective. Maya had trained extensively with this rifle, learning to compensate for bullet drop, wind drift, and the Coriolis effect that influenced projectiles over such vast distances. "Movement in Sector 7, Chen reported, his voice calm but alert. Through his spotting scope, he had identified potential targets near the village. 3 individuals, approximately 2,850 meters out. They appear to be setting up equipment." Maya adjusted her scope and studied the distant figures. At nearly 2 miles away, they appeared as tiny shapes against the mountainous backdrop. Intelligence reports suggested these individuals were preparing to launch mortar attacks against coalition forces. The distance put them well beyond the range of conventional weapons, making this exactly the type of situation where precision marksmen proved invaluable. The mathematics of extreme long-range shooting involved complex calculations that most people could barely comprehend. At 2,850 meters, Maya's bullet would travel for approximately 4 seconds before reaching its target. During that time, the projectile would drop nearly 200 feet due to gravity, requiring precise elevation adjustments. Wind conditions could push the bullet several feet off course, while atmospheric pressure and temperature affected the bullet's trajectory in subtle but critical ways. Maya had spent countless hours studying these variables, practicing on ranges where she could measure every environmental factor. Her logbook contained detailed records of hundreds of shots, each one teaching her something new about ballistics and precision. The Army had invested significant resources in her training, recognizing that skilled marksmen like Maya could accomplish missions that would otherwise require much larger forces and greater risk. Range confirmed at 2,847 meters, Chen announced after double-checking his calculations. "Wind is negligible, but there's a slight thermal updraft in the valley. Recommend adding 2 clicks of elevation." The thermal effects Chen mentioned were invisible to the naked eye but could dramatically affect bullet trajectory. As the morning sun heated the valley floor, rising warm air created subtle currents that experienced marksmen learned to read and compensate for. These were the details that separated exceptional snipers from merely good ones. Maya made the adjustment to her scope, her movements precise and deliberate. The CheyTac's advanced optics system allowed her to see details that would be impossible with standard equipment. She could observe the target's movements, assess their intentions, and prepare for the shot that would neutralize the threat to friendly forces. The weight of responsibility never left her shoulders during moments like these. Every shot she fired in combat could save the lives of her fellow soldiers, but it also meant taking another human life. Maya had learned to compartmentalize these emotions, focusing on her duty and the mission objectives while maintaining the mental clarity necessary for precision shooting. Her breathing slowed to a steady rhythm as she prepared for the shot. Years of training had taught her to control her heart rate and eliminate any physical tension that might affect her accuracy. The rifle became an extension of her body, its weight distributed perfectly across the bipod and her shoulder. Through the scope, the distant targets continued their activities, unaware that they were being observed from nearly 3 miles away. "Confirm target identification," Maya whispered, following proper engagement protocols. Even in combat situations, precision marksmen followed strict procedures to ensure they engaged legitimate threats while avoiding civilian casualties. Chen studied the targets through his scope, noting their equipment and behavior patterns. "Confirmed military-age males with what appears to be mortar tube assembly. No civilians visible in the immediate area. You are cleared to engage when ready." The authorization gave Maya the final confirmation she needed, but she continued her methodical preparation. The CheyTac M200's trigger required precise pressure application to achieve the clean break necessary for accurate shooting. Too much force or uneven pressure could throw the shot off by several inches at this distance, potentially missing the target entirely. Maya's finger moved to the trigger as she aligned the crosshairs on her selected target. The man appeared to be directing the mortar setup, making him the logical choice for neutralization. Through the powerful scope, she could see him clearly despite the enormous distance. Her breathing settled into the natural respiratory pause that marksmen used for firing. That brief moment between exhale and inhale, when the body remained perfectly still. The silence stretched across the mountainous terrain as Maya made her final preparations. Below in the valley, the insurgents continued their activities, completely unaware of the precision weapon trained on them from an impossible distance. The morning air remained calm, creating ideal conditions for the type of shot that would later become the subject of military legend. Years of training, thousands of practice rounds, and countless hours of study had prepared Maya for this moment. The CheyTac M200 represented the finest precision rifle technology available, but ultimately, its effectiveness depended entirely on the skill of the operator behind it. Maya had proven herself capable of extraordinary accuracy during training, but combat situations always presented unique challenges that no amount of practice could fully replicate. The distance of 2,850 meters pushed the boundaries of what most people considered possible with small arms fire. At this range, the bullet's flight time allowed for numerous variables to affect its trajectory. The slightest miscalculation in wind reading, elevation adjustment, or target movement could result in a complete miss. Success required not just exceptional shooting skills, but also the ability to read environmental conditions with scientific precision. Maya's reputation for accuracy had grown throughout her unit over the previous months. Fellow soldiers often watched in amazement as she consistently hit targets at distances they considered impossible. But reputation meant nothing in combat situations where lives hung in the balance. Only results mattered when friendly forces faced imminent threats from enemy positions. The CheyTac's distinctive report would soon echo across the valley, announcing to everyone within miles that a precision marksman was operating in the area. This sound often had profound psychological effects on enemy forces, who understood that nowhere remained safe from the reach of skilled snipers. The weapon's intimidating presence could sometimes accomplish tactical objectives without requiring additional shots. As Maya prepared for the final trigger press, she reflected on the journey that had brought her to this moment. From hunting expeditions with her grandfather in Montana to advanced military training facilities, every experience had contributed to her development as a precision marksman. The Army had recognized her exceptional abilities and invested in specialized training that only a select few soldiers ever received. The morning sun continued its climb above the Afghan mountains, casting long shadows across the valley floor where insurgent forces prepared their mortar attack. In her elevated position nearly 3 miles away, Maya Rodriguez represented the cutting edge of military precision capabilities, ready to demonstrate why extreme long-range marksmanship had become such a valuable asset in modern warfare. The moment of truth approached as all variables aligned for what would become one of the most remarkable shots in military history. Maya's finger applied steady pressure to the CheyTac's trigger, her crosshairs perfectly aligned on the distant target. The next few seconds would determine whether months of preparation and years of training would culminate in mission success or devastating failure. 3 miles away, the insurgent leader continued directing his team's mortar preparation, completely unaware that he had become the focus of American precision firepower. The distance between Maya's position and her target represented more than just physical space. It symbolized the technological and training advantages that gave coalition forces superiority in asymmetric warfare situations. Maya's breath held in the natural pause as her finger completed the trigger press, sending a 408 CheyTac projectile on its 4-second journey across the Afghan valley toward a target that existed at the very limits of precision rifle capability. The CheyTac M200's muzzle brake channeled the tremendous blast of the 408 cartridge as Maya's shot broke across the morning silence. The distinctive crack echoed off the surrounding mountains, while the massive rifle absorbed the recoil through its advanced suppression systems. Through her scope, Maya maintained perfect sight picture alignment as the bullet began its 4-second journey across the Afghan valley toward the insurgent position 2,850 meters away. Corporal Chen tracked the projectile's path through his spotting scope, watching for the telltale impact signature that would confirm hit or miss. At this extreme distance, even experienced spotters sometimes struggled to observe bullet strikes, especially against the rocky terrain that dominated the Afghan landscape. The morning light created challenging visibility conditions as shadows and bright spots alternated across the valley floor. Time of flight, 4.2 seconds. Chen counted quietly, his training automatic, after hundreds of similar engagements. The mathematics of ballistics became second nature to precision shooting teams. But the human element always introduced variables that no calculation could fully predict. Maya held her position, maintaining sight picture until the impact became visible. The bullet struck with devastating accuracy, dropping the insurgent leader instantly at a distance that pushed the very limits of precision rifle capability. Chen confirmed the hit through his scope, while Maya worked the CheyTac's smooth bolt action to chamber another round. The remaining insurgents scattered in confusion, abandoning their mortar equipment as they searched desperately for the source of the seemingly impossible shot. Confirmed hit. Target neutralized. Chen reported over the radio to the Tactical Operations Center. His voice remained steady, despite the remarkable nature of what they had just accomplished. Shots at this distance typically required multiple attempts to achieve success. But Maya's first round had found its mark with surgical precision. The tactical significance of the engagement became immediately apparent as intelligence personnel monitored enemy radio communications. Insurgent voices expressed confusion and fear about the nature of the attack, with several reports suggesting American forces possessed magic bullets that could reach impossible distances. This psychological impact often proved as valuable as the immediate tactical results. Maya continued observing the target area, while Chen called in the successful engagement details to higher command. The remaining insurgents had fled without retrieving their mortar equipment, leaving behind weapons and ammunition that coalition forces could later analyze for intelligence purposes. The mission objective had been achieved with a single, precisely placed shot that eliminated the threat while minimizing collateral damage. News of the extraordinary shot spread quickly through the forward operating base as word reached the command staff. A confirmed hit at 2,847 meters represented exceptional marksmanship that exceeded the performance standards expected even from elite military snipers. The distance placed Maya's shot among the longest confirmed kills in military history, a fact that would soon attract attention from the highest levels of command. Colonel William Hartwell received the engagement report while reviewing morning intelligence summaries in the Base Operations Center. A career infantry officer with 23 years of service, Hartwell had commanded forces in multiple combat theaters and understood the significance of precision marksmanship in asymmetric warfare. However, the distance reported for Staff Sergeant Rodriguez's shot caused him to request confirmation of the range measurement. "Sir, range has been confirmed through multiple methods," the operations officer reported. GPS coordinates, laser rangefinder, and map analysis all confirm 2,847 meters. The shot has been verified by the spotter and surveillance systems. Hartwell studied the engagement details with growing interest. Throughout his military career, he had worked with numerous sniper teams and understood the complexity of extreme long-range shooting. The environmental conditions, equipment capabilities, and human skill required for success at this distance represented the pinnacle of military precision capabilities. The CheyTac M200 system that Maya employed represented cutting-edge military technology, but even the finest equipment required exceptional operator skill to achieve maximum effectiveness. Hartwell knew that successful extreme long-range engagements depended more on the marksman's ability than the weapon's technical specifications. The combination of advanced equipment and extraordinary human skill created capabilities that could accomplish missions impossible through conventional means. Maya's background file revealed a progression of exceptional performance that had marked her as an outstanding precision marksman throughout her military career. Her instructors at sniper school had noted unusual natural ability combined with dedicated work ethic that resulted in consistently superior performance. Range records showed accuracy levels that exceeded normal expectations for military marksmen, even among elite units. The morning engagement represented more than just an exceptional shot. It demonstrated the value of investment in specialized training and equipment for precision marksmen. The Army's sniper programs had evolved significantly over recent years, recognizing that skilled marksmen could provide capabilities that conventional forces could not match. Maya's success validated these investments, while proving the effectiveness of advanced training methodologies. Colonel Hartwell decided to personally visit the observation tower, where Maya and her spotter had conducted their engagement. As base commander, he made regular rounds to interact with soldiers under his command. But this visit carried special significance. Exceptional performance deserved recognition, and Hartwell wanted to personally acknowledge the remarkable marksmanship that had neutralized a significant threat to coalition forces. The climb to the observation tower provided Hartwell with an appreciation for the challenging conditions that precision marksmen faced during their operations. The elevated position offered commanding views of the surrounding terrain, but it also exposed shooters to environmental factors that could dramatically affect their accuracy. Wind conditions, temperature variations, and atmospheric pressure all influenced bullet trajectory at extreme distances. Maya and Chen maintained their overwatch position as Hartwell approached, continuing to scan for potential threats throughout the valley below. Professional discipline required constant vigilance even after successful engagements, as enemy forces might attempt to locate and attack the sniper position. The observation tower provided excellent fields of fire but could become a target if insurgents identified its location. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez. Hartwell announced his presence while remaining outside the immediate firing position. Military protocol dictated careful behavior around active sniper teams to avoid disrupting their operational focus. Outstanding work this morning. That was exceptional marksmanship under challenging conditions. Maya acknowledged the colonel's presence while maintaining her position behind the CheyTac M200. The massive rifle dominated her workspace, its distinctive profile marking it as one of the most advanced precision weapons in military service. The scope system alone cost more than most soldiers earned in a year, representing the significant investment required for extreme long-range capabilities. "Thank you, sir," Maya responded professionally. The conditions were favorable, and the equipment performed perfectly. Corporal Chen provided excellent support throughout the engagement. Her acknowledgement of her spotter's contribution reflected the team-oriented approach that made precision marksman pairs so effective. Hartwell examined the CheyTac M200 with professional interest, noting the advanced features that distinguished it from conventional military rifles. The weapon's length, weight, and sophisticated optics system revealed its specialized nature as a tool designed for specific tactical applications. Few soldiers in the Army had access to equipment of this caliber, making Maya's assignment to the system recognition of her exceptional abilities. "Walk me through the engagement parameters," Hartwell requested, interested in understanding the technical details that had made the shot possible. As a commander responsible for tactical decisions, he appreciated the capabilities and limitations of the assets under his command. Maya's demonstrated accuracy could influence future mission planning and resource allocation decisions, Chen provided the detailed breakdown of environmental conditions, range calculations, and ballistic computations that had preceded the successful engagement. The mathematical complexity impressed Hartwell, who understood that precision shooting required scientific knowledge as well as mechanical skill. The combination of factors that influenced bullet trajectory at extreme distances created challenges that only dedicated specialists could master. The thermal updraft in the valley required elevation adjustment beyond normal ballistic calculations, Chen explained. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez recognized the condition and compensated accordingly. Without that adjustment, the shot would likely have impacted low. This level of environmental awareness separated exceptional marksmen from merely competent ones. Maya's ability to read subtle atmospheric conditions and adjust her firing solution accordingly demonstrated expertise that typically required years of experience to develop. The Army's investment in her specialized training had clearly produced results that exceeded expectations. Hartwell observed Maya's professional demeanor and technical competence with growing appreciation. Throughout his career, he had encountered soldiers who possessed exceptional abilities in various military specialties. But precision marksmen represented a unique combination of technical knowledge, physical skill, and mental discipline. The demanding requirements of extreme long-range shooting attracted only the most dedicated individuals. The conversation revealed Maya's deep understanding of ballistics, environmental factors, and equipment capabilities that enabled success at extreme distances. Her explanations demonstrated theoretical knowledge combined with practical experience that could only be acquired through extensive training and operational deployment. The Army had clearly identified and developed a soldier with extraordinary potential. "What's your assessment of the CheyTac system for operations in this environment?" Hartwell asked, seeking Maya's professional opinion about equipment performance under field conditions. Feedback from operational users provided valuable information for future procurement and deployment decisions. Maya's evaluation balanced appreciation for the weapon's capabilities with honest assessment of its limitations. The CheyTac M200 excelled in situations requiring extreme accuracy at maximum range, but its size and weight created challenges for mobility and concealment. The specialized ammunition requirements also limited sustained operations compared to conventional military rifles. "It's the finest precision rifle system I've ever used, sir," Maya concluded. "For missions requiring extreme long-range capability, nothing else comes close. The accuracy potential is limited only by the operator's skill and environmental conditions." This professional assessment confirmed Hartwell's understanding of the weapon system while highlighting the critical importance of operator training and experience. Even the most advanced equipment required skilled users to achieve maximum effectiveness, making investment in human development as important as technological advancement. The discussion continued, as Hartwell gained deeper appreciation for the complexity and skill required for successful precision marksmanship at extreme distances. Maya's exceptional performance that morning represented the culmination of years of training, significant equipment investment, and natural ability that few soldiers possessed. The combination had produced capabilities that could accomplish missions impossible through conventional means. Colonel Hartwell's attention focused on the distinctive badge affixed to Maya's uniform as their conversation continued. The circular emblem bore the crossed rifles symbol of military marksmen, but additional details caught his experienced eye. Unlike standard marksmanship badges that most soldiers earn during basic training, this particular insignia displayed specifications that made him pause mid-sentence. The badge clearly indicated 2,850 meters in precise military lettering, a distance that represented extraordinary achievement in precision shooting. Hartwell had encountered numerous military marksman badges throughout his 23-year career, but none had ever displayed a range measurement of this magnitude. His initial assumption that this must be some kind of error quickly gave way to recognition that he was observing something truly exceptional. "Staff Sergeant," Hartwell said quietly, his voice carrying the respect of one professional, acknowledging another's superior achievement. "That badge indicates 2,850 meters. Are you telling me you've made confirmed shots at this distance before today?" Maya's response revealed a level of accomplishment that exceeded even Hartwell's growing appreciation for her abilities. The badge represented official recognition of her achievement during advanced military marksmanship competitions, where the world's finest military snipers gathered to test their skills under controlled conditions. The 2,850-meter shot that had earned this recognition occurred during international competition against marksmen from Allied military forces. "Yes, sir," Maya replied with characteristic understatement. "I earned this during the international military sniper competition last year. The conditions were ideal," end quote, "and I had access to competition-grade ammunition that exceeded standard military specifications." The International Military Sniper Competition represented the pinnacle of military marksmanship achievement, where elite snipers from around the world competed in events designed to test every aspect of precision shooting. Distances, environmental challenges, and time constraints pushed participants to the absolute limits of human capability. Success at this level required not just exceptional natural ability, but years of dedicated training and access to the finest equipment available. Hartwell's military experience included awareness of this competition, though he had never personally attended. The event drew participants from special operations units, elite military sniper schools, and specialized precision marksman programs from nations around the world. Competition standards exceeded typical military requirements, creating challenges that only the most exceptional marksmen could meet. The 2,850-meter badge indicated that Maya had achieved something remarkable even within this elite community. Most military snipers considered 1,500 meters an exceptional shot under field conditions, while 2,000 meters represented the practical limit for most precision rifle systems. Maya's badge indicated capability that placed her among the finest marksmen in the world, regardless of military service or nationality. Competition conditions provided advantages not available in field operations, Maya continued, maintaining her professional humility despite the extraordinary nature of her achievement. Perfect weather, premium ammunition, and unlimited preparation time. Today's engagement was more challenging because of real-world variables. This distinction demonstrated Maya's understanding of the differences between competitive shooting and combat operations. Competition environments allowed for precise environmental measurement, custom ammunition loading, and extensive preparation time that combat situations never provided. Success under field conditions required adaptation to rapidly changing circumstances with standard military equipment and ammunition. Colonel Hartwell processed this information while observing Maya's professional demeanor and technical competence. Military awards and decorations provided important recognition for exceptional service, but practical demonstration of capabilities under combat conditions carried greater significance. Maya's morning engagement had proven that her competition achievements translated directly into operational effectiveness. The implications for unit capabilities began forming in Hartwell's tactical thinking. A marksman capable of accurate fire at distances approaching 3 kilometers provided options that conventional forces could not match. Strategic targets, high-value personnel, and critical equipment could be engaged from ranges that placed the shooter beyond effective enemy response. This capability could influence mission planning and tactical decision-making across multiple operational scenarios. "How many marksmen have achieved recognition at this distance?" Hartwell asked, seeking to understand the rarity of Maya's accomplishment. Military specialties often included gradations of skill and achievement that outsiders might not fully appreciate. Understanding Maya's relative standing among military marksmen would help him properly assess the capabilities under his command. Maya's response indicated that fewer than a dozen marksmen worldwide had achieved official recognition for shots at distances exceeding 2,800 meters. The combination of equipment requirements, environmental conditions, and human skill necessary for success at these ranges limited achievement to an extremely select group. Most of these individuals served in special operations units or specialized sniper programs with access to advanced equipment and training. The conversation revealed additional details about Maya's background that explained her exceptional achievements. Following her success at the international competition, she had received advanced training at the Army's premier sniper school, where instructors recognized her potential for continued development. Specialized courses in ballistics, environmental analysis, and equipment optimization had refined her natural abilities into scientific precision. "The Army invested significantly in developing my capabilities," Maya acknowledged. "Advanced training programs, specialized equipment, and operational deployment have provided opportunities that most marksmen never receive. This badge represents not just individual achievement, but institutional commitment to precision marksmanship excellence. Hartwell appreciated this recognition of the organizational support required for individual excellence. Military success rarely resulted from individual effort alone, but rather from the combination of natural ability, dedicated training, institutional support, and operational experience. Maya's achievements reflected successful integration of all these factors into exceptional capability. The technical discussion that followed revealed the depth of Maya's expertise in precision shooting science. Her understanding of ballistics, atmospheric effects, and equipment capabilities exceeded that of most officers, despite her enlisted rank. The specialized knowledge required for success at extreme distances created expertise that transcended traditional military hierarchies. Environmental reading becomes critical at these distances, Maya explained as she demonstrated the instruments and techniques used for atmospheric analysis. Temperature, humidity, barometric pressure, and wind conditions all influence trajectory in ways that become significant over long ranges. Computer programs help with calculations, but field experience teaches you to recognize conditions that affect bullet flight. This combination of scientific knowledge and practical experience distinguished exceptional marksmen from technically proficient shooters. Maya's ability to interpret environmental conditions and adjust her firing solutions accordingly represented expertise that required years to develop. The morning's successful engagement demonstrated application of this knowledge under combat conditions. Colonel Hartwell observed Maya's professional competence with growing recognition that he commanded capabilities far exceeding typical military standards. The combination of advanced equipment, exceptional training, and demonstrated ability created options for tactical application that could influence operational planning. Maya's presence in his unit provided capabilities that most commanders never possessed. The discussion expanded to include Maya's assessment of various precision rifle systems and their applications under different operational conditions. Her experience with multiple weapon platforms provided comparative knowledge that could inform future equipment decisions and tactical employment considerations. This expertise represented valuable institutional knowledge that should be preserved and transmitted to future precision marksmen. Each rifle system has specific advantages and limitations, Maya observed. The CheyTac excels at extreme range but requires careful logistics support. Other systems might be better suited for different mission profiles or environmental conditions. Understanding these trade-offs helps commanders make appropriate equipment and deployment decisions. This analytical approach impressed Hartwell as evidence of tactical thinking that extended beyond individual marksmanship skills. Maya's understanding of how precision rifle capabilities fit within larger operational contexts demonstrated leadership potential that could be developed through appropriate career progression. The Army needed officers who understood specialized capabilities from practical experience. The conversation continued as Hartwell gained deeper appreciation for the complexity and significance of extreme long-range marksmanship. Maya's achievements represented the intersection of human capability, technological advancement, and institutional commitment to excellence. The result created capabilities that could accomplish missions impossible through conventional means, while providing tactical options that enhanced overall unit effectiveness. Colonel Hartwell's military experience had taught him to recognize exceptional ability when he encountered it. Maya's combination of technical expertise, proven capability, and professional demeanor marked her as someone with significant potential for continued development and increased responsibility. The Army's investment in her specialized training had clearly produced results that exceeded expectations. As their discussion drew toward a conclusion, Hartwell reflected on the implications of commanding a soldier with Maya's exceptional abilities. The 2,850-meter badge represented achievement at the very pinnacle of military marksmanship, while her morning engagement had demonstrated practical application of those skills under combat conditions. This combination created capabilities that could influence tactical and operational planning across multiple scenarios. The recognition that followed would acknowledge not just Maya's individual achievement, but also the institutional excellence that had developed and supported her capabilities. Military organizations succeeded through the identification, development, and employment of exceptional individuals whose abilities exceeded normal expectations. Maya's achievements represented successful integration of human potential with organizational commitment to excellence. Colonel Hartwell prepared to recommend Maya for formal recognition of her exceptional service and demonstrated capability. The morning's engagement had proven that competition achievements translated directly into operational effectiveness, while her professional competence indicated potential for continued development and increased responsibility. The Army needed leaders who understood specialized capabilities through practical experience and could effectively employ advanced assets under combat conditions. The morning engagement had attracted attention throughout the forward operating base, as word of Maya's extraordinary shot spread among the soldiers. By midday, representatives from multiple units had requested briefings about the precision marksmanship capabilities that had neutralized the insurgent threat from an impossible distance. Colonel Hartwell recognized that Maya's achievement represented more than individual excellence. It demonstrated capabilities that could transform tactical approaches to asymmetric warfare. The Tactical Operations Center buzzed with activity as intelligence personnel analyzed the broader implications of the morning's success. Surveillance systems had recorded the insurgents' panicked retreat following Maya's shot, while intercepted communications revealed confusion and fear about American precision capabilities. The psychological impact of extreme long-range marksmanship often exceeded its immediate tactical value, creating area denial effects that influenced enemy behavior across wide geographic regions. "Sir, we're receiving requests for precision marksman support from 3 different task forces," the operations officer reported to Colonel Hartwell. "Word about this morning's engagement has reached regional command, and they're asking about our long-range capabilities." This development confirmed Hartwell's assessment that Maya's abilities provided strategic value beyond local tactical applications. Military organizations constantly sought force multipliers that could accomplish missions with minimal resources while reducing risks to personnel. Precision marksmanship at extreme distances offered exactly these advantages, making skilled marksmen like Maya valuable assets for complex operational requirements. The requests for support reflected growing recognition throughout military leadership about the effectiveness of precision marksmen in counterinsurgency operations. Traditional approaches often required significant troop commitments, with associated risks and logistical demands. Skilled snipers could neutralize high-value targets while remaining beyond enemy response range, accomplishing tactical objectives with minimal force exposure. Maya continued her overwatch duties, while these discussions progressed, maintaining professional focus despite the attention her achievement had generated. Experience had taught her that exceptional performance attracted scrutiny that could become burdensome if not managed properly. Her priority remained mission accomplishment rather than personal recognition. Though she understood that her capabilities carried implications beyond immediate tactical requirements, Colonel Hartwell convened a special briefing to discuss the morning's engagement and its implications for future operations. The audience included senior staff officers, intelligence personnel, and representatives from special operations units stationed at the base. Maya's achievement had demonstrated capabilities that could influence planning across multiple mission categories, making education about precision marksmanship applications valuable for diverse audiences. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez achieved a confirmed neutralization at 2,847 meters this morning. Hartwell began his presentation. This engagement demonstrates capabilities that provide significant tactical advantages for asymmetric warfare operations. I want everyone to understand what precision marksmanship can accomplish, and how we might better integrate these capabilities into our planning processes. The briefing included detailed analysis of the technical factors that had made Maya's shot possible, along with discussion of environmental conditions, equipment specifications, and human skill requirements. Most officers possessed limited understanding of extreme long-range shooting, making education about precision marksmanship capabilities essential for effective employment of these specialized assets. Maya's participation in the briefing provided first-hand perspective on the practical requirements and limitations of precision shooting at extreme distances. Her explanations helped officers understand when extreme long-range capabilities offered advantages over conventional approaches, as well as situations where other tactical solutions might prove more appropriate. Success at these distances requires perfect integration of equipment, environmental analysis, and human skill, Maya explained. Miss any element, and the shot fails completely. Weather conditions, ammunition quality, and target movement all become critical factors that must be evaluated for each engagement. This technical briefing educated the staff about the complexity involved in extreme long-range precision shooting while highlighting the specialized training and equipment required for success. Most military personnel understood general marksmanship principles, but few appreciated the scientific precision necessary for accurate fire at distances approaching 3 kilometers. The discussion expanded to include tactical applications where extreme long-range capabilities could provide decisive advantages, high-value target elimination, equipment destruction, and area denial represented obvious applications. But creative tactical thinking revealed additional possibilities. Precision marksmen could support operations by eliminating key personnel, disrupting enemy communications, or creating psychological pressure that influenced adversary decision-making. Intelligence representatives contributed analysis of enemy responses to precision marksmanship operations, demonstrating how successful long-range engagements affected insurgent behavior patterns. Documented cases showed that effective sniper operations often caused enemies to alter their movement patterns, communication procedures, and operational planning in ways that provided additional tactical advantages to coalition forces. Insurgent forces have learned to fear our precision capabilities, the intelligence officer reported. Successful long-range engagements create uncertainty that affects their willingness to operate in areas where they might be observed. This area denial effect can be more valuable than the immediate tactical results of individual shots. These psychological effects multiplied the value of skilled precision marksmen beyond their immediate tactical contributions. Maya's morning engagement would likely influence insurgent behavior throughout the region, creating opportunities for coalition forces while reducing enemy operational effectiveness. Single marksmen could create effects that would otherwise require much larger force commitments. Colonel Hartwell used the briefing to announce his intention to request additional precision marksmanship assets for his command. Maya's demonstrated capabilities had proven the value of investing in specialized equipment and training for extreme long-range operations. The tactical advantages provided by exceptional marksmen justified resource allocation that might otherwise be directed toward conventional capabilities. I'm recommending that we establish a formal precision marksmanship program within our unit structure, Hartwell announced. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez has demonstrated capabilities that provide significant tactical advantages. We need to institutionalize these capabilities while identifying and developing additional marksmen with similar potential. This institutional approach reflected military recognition that individual excellence should be supported by organizational commitment to specialized capability development. Maya's achievements had proven the effectiveness of precision marksmanship training, but sustained capability required systematic approach to personnel selection, training, and equipment provision. The proposal included recommendations for advanced training programs, specialized equipment procurement, and operational employment protocols that would maximize the effectiveness of precision marksmanship assets. Military organizations succeeded by identifying successful approaches and implementing them systematically across appropriate applications. Maya's input proved valuable in developing these recommendations, as her practical experience provided insights that theoretical knowledge could not match. Her understanding of training requirements, equipment needs, and operational employment considerations helped shape proposals that addressed real-world requirements rather than abstract capabilities. Training for extreme long-range precision requires significant time and resource investment, Maya advised. Not every marksman has the natural ability to succeed at these distances, and the specialized equipment requirements limit how many positions can be supported. Selection criteria should emphasize demonstrated ability rather than general marksmanship scores. This realistic assessment helped planners understand the practical limitations that would affect program implementation. Military resources remained finite, making efficient allocation essential for achieving desired capabilities. Maya's experience-based recommendations provided foundation for realistic program development that could achieve sustainable results. The briefing concluded with assignments for follow-up actions that would translate the morning's tactical success into lasting organizational improvement. Intelligence personnel received tasks for analyzing precision marksmanship applications across current operational requirements, while logistics staff began planning for specialized equipment and training support requirements. Colonel Hartwell's recognition of Maya's exceptional abilities extended beyond the immediate tactical situation to encompass broader implications for unit capabilities and operational effectiveness. Her achievement had demonstrated possibilities that would influence planning and resource allocation decisions throughout his command, while providing foundation for capability development that could benefit future operations. The afternoon brought additional requests for consultation about precision marksmanship applications from units operating throughout the region. Maya's morning engagement had created awareness about extreme long-range capabilities that many commanders had not previously understood. This educational process represented an important secondary effect of exceptional individual performance. Military organizations succeeded through continuous learning and adaptation that incorporated new capabilities and techniques into operational practice. Maya's achievement provided concrete demonstration of possibilities that could transform approaches to tactical challenges, while her expertise offered foundation for developing institutional knowledge about precision marksmanship applications. The day's events confirmed Colonel Hartwell's assessment that Maya represented a valuable asset whose capabilities extended far beyond individual marksmanship excellence. Her achievement had created opportunities for tactical innovation, while demonstrating the value of institutional investment in specialized capability development. The morning's shot had proven that exceptional individual performance could influence organizational effectiveness in ways that exceeded immediate tactical results. Recognition for Maya's achievement would acknowledge not just individual excellence, but also the institutional commitment to specialized training and equipment that had made her success possible. Military organizations advanced through identification and development of exceptional capabilities that provided tactical advantages in complex operational environments. 6 months after that remarkable morning engagement, the impact of Maya Rodriguez's extraordinary marksmanship continued to resonate throughout military circles, far beyond the Afghan forward operating base, where she had made her legendary shot. The precision marksmanship program that Colonel Hartwell had initiated following her 2,850-meter engagement had grown into a model for similar initiatives across multiple commands, while Maya herself had become the Army's premier instructor for extreme long-range shooting techniques. The transformation began within weeks of the initial engagement, as word of Maya's achievement reached senior military leadership through official channels and informal networks that connected precision marksmen worldwide. Her combination of competition, success, and combat effectiveness attracted attention from military sniper schools, special operations units, and research organizations studying advanced marksmanship techniques. Colonel Hartwell's formal recommendation for recognition had resulted in Maya receiving the Bronze Star Medal for her tactical achievement. But more significantly, it had led to her selection for assignment as the lead instructor at the Army's Advanced Marksmanship Unit. This position placed her at the center of efforts to develop next-generation precision shooting capabilities, while sharing her expertise with marksmen from across the military. The Army recognizes that Staff Sergeant Rodriguez represents exceptional capabilities that should be leveraged for institutional benefit, General Patricia Morrison explained during the presentation ceremony. Her achievement demonstrates the potential that exists when natural ability combines with advanced training and institutional support. We want to replicate this success across our precision marksmanship programs. The Advanced Marksmanship Unit assignment represented career advancement that few enlisted soldiers ever achieved, reflecting recognition of Maya's expertise as valuable institutional knowledge rather than simply individual capability. Military organizations succeeded by identifying exceptional individuals and positioning them where their abilities could influence broader development and training initiatives. Maya's new responsibilities included curriculum development for extreme long-range shooting courses, equipment evaluation for next-generation precision rifle systems, and direct instruction for students selected from special operations units and conventional sniper programs. Her practical experience provided foundation for training programs that emphasized real-world applications rather than theoretical knowledge. The precision marksmanship program at Maya's former base had evolved under Colonel Hartwell's leadership into a comprehensive capability that attracted students from allied military forces seeking advanced training opportunities. The success of Maya's initial engagement had demonstrated possibilities that influenced tactical thinking throughout the international military community. We're receiving requests for training support from 12 different countries, reported Major Lisa Chen, who had assumed responsibility for the program following Maya's reassignment. Everyone wants to understand how we achieved success at these extreme ranges and how they can develop similar capabilities within their own forces. This international interest reflected growing recognition that precision marksmanship at extreme distances provided tactical advantages that could influence operational outcomes across diverse conflict scenarios. Maya's achievement had proven that individual excellence, properly supported and employed, could create effects that conventional approaches could not match. The CheyTac M200 rifle system that Maya had used for her record-setting shot had become the centerpiece of a comprehensive study analyzing equipment requirements for extreme long-range precision shooting. Her detailed feedback about weapon performance under combat conditions provided valuable data for manufacturers developing next-generation systems. Research conducted by military ballistics experts using data from Maya's engagement had resulted in improved ammunition designs that enhanced accuracy at extreme distances while maintaining reliability under field conditions. Her practical experience with environmental factors and their effects on bullet trajectory contributed to software development that improved firing solution calculations for precision marksmen. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez provided insights that bridged the gap between theoretical ballistics and practical application, explained Dr. Robert Harrison, the lead researcher on the ammunition development project. Her understanding of how environmental factors interact under real-world conditions helped us develop solutions that significantly improve accuracy, potential for precision marksmen. These technological improvements represented one of many ways that Maya's individual achievement had influenced broader military capabilities. Her success had created demand for enhanced performance that drove innovation across multiple areas of precision shooting technology and training methodology. The psychological impact of Maya's engagement continued affecting insurgent operations throughout the region where she had achieved her remarkable shot. Intelligence reports documented changes in enemy behavior patterns that reflected persistent concern about American precision marksmanship capabilities, creating area denial effects that provided ongoing tactical advantages. Insurgent forces have altered their operational procedures throughout this sector, reported Colonel James Sullivan, who had succeeded Colonel Hartwell as base commander. They avoid open areas, limit their exposure time, and show obvious concern about long-range observation. One engagement has created effects that persist 6 months later. This enduring psychological impact demonstrated how exceptional individual performance could create strategic effects that exceeded immediate tactical results. Maya's shot had established credible threat potential that influenced enemy decision-making across wide geographic areas, providing force multiplication effects that continued long after the original engagement. The training programs that Maya had developed at the Advanced Marksmanship Unit had produced a new generation of precision marksmen capable of performance that approached her exceptional standards. While few students achieved her level of capability, the systematic approach to extreme long-range training had raised overall performance levels throughout military sniper programs. Statistics from Advanced Marksmanship Unit graduates showed significant improvements in accuracy at extended ranges compared to traditional training programs. Maya's emphasis on environmental analysis, ballistic computation, and systematic preparation had created methodologies that enhanced performance even among marksmen with limited natural ability. The techniques that Staff Sergeant Rodriguez developed have become standard curriculum throughout our precision marksmanship programs, reported Colonel David Martinez, commander of the Advanced Marksmanship Unit. Her ability to break down complex skills into teachable components has made extreme long-range capabilities accessible to marksmen who might never have achieved this level independently. This educational impact represented perhaps Maya's most significant contribution to military effectiveness, as her teaching abilities multiplied the effect of her individual excellence across entire generations of precision marksmen. Military organizations advanced through systematic knowledge transfer that preserved and transmitted exceptional capabilities. Recognition for Maya's contributions had extended beyond military circles to include civilian shooting organizations and academic institutions studying human performance under extreme conditions. Her achievement had attracted attention from researchers interested in understanding the factors that enabled exceptional performance in high-stress environments. The International Military Sniper Competition had created a special recognition category named in Maya's honor, acknowledging achievements at distances exceeding 2,800 meters. This recognition reflected her status within the international precision shooting community as someone whose capabilities had redefined possibilities for extreme long-range marksmanship. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez has demonstrated that the limits of precision shooting capability extend far beyond what most people considered possible, observed Master Sergeant Karl Weber, a champion marksman from the German military. Her achievements have inspired marksmen worldwide to pursue excellence that seemed impossible before her success. Maya's influence on precision marksmanship had created ripple effects throughout military communities worldwide, inspiring improvements in training, equipment development, and tactical employment that enhanced capabilities across multiple armed forces. Her individual achievement had become catalyst for institutional advancement that benefited entire military organizations. The career progression that followed Maya's exceptional achievement reflected military recognition that specialized expertise required appropriate development and employment. Her advancement from enlisted precision marksman to senior instructor and program developer demonstrated how individual excellence could translate into institutional leadership when properly recognized and supported. Colonel Hartwell, who had been promoted to general and assigned to oversee precision marksmanship development across multiple commands, often cited Maya's achievement as an example of how exceptional individuals could transform organizational capabilities when provided appropriate opportunities and support. Staff Sergeant Rodriguez proved that investment in specialized training and advanced equipment could produce capabilities that seemed impossible. General Hartwell explained during a conference on military innovation. Her success validated approaches to capability development that have since been applied across numerous military specialties. The legacy of Maya's 2,850-meter engagement continued influencing military precision marksmanship years after the original achievement. Training programs based on her techniques, equipment developed using her feedback, and tactical applications inspired by her success had become integral components of military capabilities worldwide. The remarkable morning when Maya Rodriguez achieved what many considered impossible had proven that individual excellence, properly supported and employed, could create lasting effects that influenced entire military organizations. Her shot had demonstrated not just exceptional marksmanship, but the potential that existed when natural ability combined with institutional commitment to develop extraordinary capabilities. The CheyTac M200 rifle that had enabled Maya's achievement had been preserved and displayed at the Army's Marksmanship Museum, where it served as inspiration for future generations of precision marksmen. The accompanying display included the 2,850-meter badge that had caught Colonel Hartwell's attention that transformative morning, along with detailed documentation of the engagement that had established new standards for military precision marksmanship. Maya Rodriguez had proven that individual achievement could create institutional change that enhanced capabilities far beyond the immediate tactical situation. Her legacy continued inspiring excellence, while providing foundation for continued advancement in precision marksmanship capabilities that would serve military forces for generations to come.